Just wanted to talk, that's all.
How's it going, everybody? I want to give the first comment here to Nicholas Laserchak, who says, we play this weekend, we sweep this weekend. That's it. I agree. 100%. So I'm going to sound like I'm roasting the Rockies. And maybe I am. But I'm not trying to be mean-spirited about it or, really make it sound like I'm punching down, because that's not the point of this. But I do want to illustrate the best that I can how unacceptable it will be in my eyes if the Yankees don't sweep this series. So, much like many of you, I've been watching baseball practically my whole life. I don't recall ever seeing a team with an 8-42 record through 50 games. That's embarrassing, not only for the sport, but for professional sports. They're not in the same category as a major league team right now. I can't ever remember seeing a team that has performed this poorly. And so I'm not looking for 3 tight ball games this weekend. Okay? It's Memorial Day weekend. It's my birthday weekend. And I get it. You got to play one day at a time, as Francis says in the chat. I get it. That's a cliche. I don't care. You have got to sweep this series no matter what. Hunter Goodman is pretty much their best hitter. He has an 801 OPS, 282 average, 7 home runs, and 31 RBIs. They also have Jordan Beck, 868 OPS, 8 home runs, somehow only 16 RBIs because they don't get on base. Those are really their only 2 dangerous hitters. If you avoid those guys all weekend, you're going to win. They have a 23-year-old shortstop named Ezekiel Tovar, who is, pretty good. He's got an extension already. I mean, he's not amazing, but he's one of their 3 hitters with an OPS plus, above 100, which is league average. 5 of the players in their lineup are hitting 221 or less. Their first baseman has struck out 71 times already. I forget his name. But that's not even where it gets bad. The bad is really their pitching. Their ace, Kyle Freeland, has a 4.75. Best ERA on their staff is Kyle Feltner. He has an ERA of 4.75. Their ace, who they're going to face tomorrow, Freeland, has a 5.68 ERA. Their number 2 starter, who they will face on Sunday, has a 6.34 ERA. Herman Marquez, who a lot of Yankees fans have been wanting to trade for years, has a 7.66 ERA. The only decent pitcher with an arm on their staff is Chase Dollander, and he's a rookie, and so he's got a 6.28 ERA. I like him, though. I watched him pitch a couple of weeks ago. He looks like a young Verlander to me. But listen, I don't want to be overly dramatic. The Yankees need to just mop the floor with this Rockies team. They need to mop the floor with this team this weekend. This should be Thanos versus Paul Blart Mall Cop. This should be Ferrari drag racing a big wheel. This is a 5-star chef in a cook-off against somebody who microwaves SpaghettiOs. That would be me. This should not be a contest. My recap should be 5 seconds long for all 3 games. The Yankees beat the absolute piss out of the Rockies today, and it wasn't close. The end. Yankees win. Here's the belt winner. Anything less than 3 ass whippings on Memorial Day weekend and my birthday weekend is not acceptable. I don't want anything on the menu other than 3 straight beatdowns. 3 straight, good old-fashioned, passionate ass whoopings. A tight weekend of baseball against a team that is 8-42 is not the kind of 3-day weekend I am looking for. So please, let's drag the field with these guys. Let's look at pitching matchups real quick. Then we'll go through the lineup. So, usually the lower third graphic for this scene says, who has the advantage? But the Yankees have the clear advantage this time. It's not even close. Tonight's pitching matchup is Clark Schmidt versus Tanner Gordon. Schmidt is 1-1 with a 4.41 ERA. Tanner Gordon is 0-1 with a 5.68. Tomorrow's kind of a palindrome. You got Kyle Freeland versus Max Fried. Freeland is 0-6 with a 5.58. Fried is 6-0 with a 1.29. And listen, I know there's no sure things in baseball. People get hurt, freaks happen, whatever. Tomorrow's about as close to a sure thing as I can imagine. Game 3, Sunday afternoon, looks like we'll get Will Warren starting against Antonio Sensatella. I don't know how to say his name. 1-8 with a 5.64. Sounds like I won't have to know his name for much longer. Listen, anything less than 4 home runs from Aaron Judge in 3 games is a joke. I want the Martian going off. I want Volpe finding the gaps all weekend. I want Paul Goldschmidt putting on a show. I want the Yankees to just demolish the baseball this weekend. All weekend. So let's talk about players to watch. Aaron Judge, last 10 games, 395, 2 home runs, 7 ribbies. He's almost always on here because he's always hot. He has somewhat slump-proofed his swing a little bit. I'd like to see some more home runs. I'd like to see the power numbers pick it up a little bit. I mean, 16 is okay for him. He should have 17. I'd like to see him get to 20 this weekend. 4 home runs in 3 games. Let's get it done. Hey, let's take care of 2 or 3 of them in one game. Jason Dominguez, last 10 games, averages an amazing 250, but 4 home runs and 10 ribbies. He did have 3 home runs in one game, a grand slam, and a walk-off the other night. Paul Goldschmidt, last 10 games, hitting 324. So he had a good series. 1 home run, 7 RBIs in the last 10. And Cody Bellinger, even though his streak got snapped, hitting 357 with 3 home runs and 9 RBIs in the last 10 games. So he has been swinging the bat really well. All right, let's take a look at the lineup for tonight. So we got Trent Grisham in the leadoff spot. I think he's going to have a good series. The Rockies are going to be preparing for Judge. They're going to be preparing for Goldschmidt, for Cody Bellinger. No scout that's worth a damn is going to be working for the Rockies. So they're going to be looking at the main guys. I think that presents an opportunity for some other guys to step up. Trent Grisham is one of those guys. Judge, I think no matter what, if they pitch to him, he's going to just demolish the baseball because these are not good pitchers and they don't scout well and the ball travels there. I think Judge is going deep at least 2 or 3 times in the series, if not more. Ben Rice, he's another pick because I'm sure they're aware of him, but I don't know if they know exactly how good he is. And like I said, ball travels there. He hits the ball in the air. Ben Rice batting third, DH tonight. Paul Goldschmidt in the cleanup spot at first base. I think he's going to have a real good series. He's been in the National League for a long time. He's familiar with that ballpark. He's familiar with that pitching staff. And Jason Dominguez in left field tonight. I hope he gets hot again and, maybe goes off, pads the numbers a little bit. We know how good he's been. His numbers are dragged down by his right-handed hitting struggles. So a good weekend from the left side maybe fixes that. Anthony Volpe, batting 6th. He is your shortstop. He is going to be my Nostra Derek pick tonight. I didn't actually officially build the page out today, so we'll skip that. But he is my pick tonight. I think he is going to hit a home run or a triple. One or the other. 3 or 4 bags. I was tempted to say one of each. I think a triple is possible because he's a gap hitter and big gaps in Colorado. Big high wall in right field. Maybe he hits one off the right field wall that ricochets away. But I also feel like he hits the ball in the air a lot. Very high fly balls, and they're going to carry. So Volpe is my pick tonight to go deep. Austin Wells, behind the dish. Man, he's been struggling. He has absolutely been struggling. You're not wrong to be frustrated. DJ LeMahieu, second base in Colorado. He has been there before. Batting champion and Gold Glove winner at that position for the Rockies. And Jorbit Vivas, who hit his first career home run to win the game, basically, yesterday against the Rangers. So that's the lineup for tonight. I saw somebody call this a punt lineup. I really think the only thing missing is Cody Bellinger, but he'll get plenty of opportunities in the series. All right, so real quick, couple of things. We're going to talk trades tonight. Terrence Kemp comes on the show Friday nights. He's going to be on tonight. And we're going to have a nice long segment dedicated to trades. We're at that point in the season where you're going to start hearing more trade rumors. You're going to start seeing more deals trickle in. Usually 1 or 2 in June, and then in July, as you approach the deadline, you get more and more and more. I think the Yankees are going to be active this year because they're in a good position, and Brian Cashman likes to reinforce good positions, right? 2017, the Yankees had a chance. They were ahead of schedule. He went out and he got Tommy Kahnle. He got Todd Frazier. 2022, they won the division. He made a bunch of trades that didn't work out. I think that this year is a year where he's going to go out and try and get a bullpen arm at least, and probably another bat, probably a third base bat, unless Yorbit Vivas or somebody takes control of the third base position in the meantime. So my assignment for you guys, I want you to comment. I want you to leave it in the chat. I want you to call in, and we'll try and include it. 718-899-1068. Let us know who you think the Yankees should trade for. Forget about Paul Skeens. Forget about Rafael Devers. Try and think like Brian Cashman. Over-the-hill journeyman and retreads. Bonus points if they've already failed as a Yankee once. No, but for real, let's try and think outside the box a little bit. Quick word from the Hall of Fame app, and then I'll be back with your comments and over. We have all seen it happen. Someone is one leg away from hitting a massive parlay. Thousands of dollars on the line, and then boom, an unexpected strikeout or garbage time bucket ruins everything. That's the pain of betting on gut feelings. But now there is a smarter way. The Hall of Fame app is built by lifelong fans who also happen to be Ivy League data nerds. It gives you a serious edge. Historical matchup data, leg correction tools, player performance insights, and real-time odds. No more guessing. With a 4.9 App Store rating and over 6,000 5-star reviews, Hall of Fame is already helping thousands of bettors win smarter and not just more often, but more strategically. Right now, our listeners get a 7-day free trial and 50% off your first month when you use the code STRIPE. Download the Hall of Fame app on iOS or Android, enter the code STRIPE, and stop leaving money on the table. All right. So Samantha T says it would be very embarrassing if we lose even one game. That's what I'm saying. I'm saying I can't handle even one loss this weekend. I need 3-0, and I need the games to be stress-free. Right? I mean, we're taking a West Coast trip. Everybody's going to be tired. Let's just get it off to a good start, right? Let's have 3 straight double-digit scoring performances. Let's take 11-2, 12-1, and 10-1. Those 3 scores, I'll sign up for that right now. Also, Samantha says, happy birthday. Today is her birthday. Congratulations. Happy birthday. Francis Healy says, Martian spaceship to Rookie of the Year. I've been watching all of the different angles of the Jason Dominguez home run from the other night. My favorite one was taken on the field. And so they actually, it might have not really been on the field when the swing happened, but it's, from the perspective of like the on deck circle, and you see the ball take off into the bleachers, and then the camera moves in one shot, like 1917, to the home plate area where the team is gathering around, and you see Jason come in and stomp and start, jumping up and down, and everybody celebrating. I got to say, that was one of my favorite moments of the, last couple of years. Doug Hefferman says, Soto is embarrassed. Honestly, I'm sick of Soto. I'm tired of hearing about him. I'm tired of looking at him. Look, his manager called him out. He's not hustling. He's having a bad year, but I think he's going to be okay. John Fresta says, Aaron Hicks is available, no? I was just watching a highlight on Twitter, X now, I guess, of that catch that Aaron Hicks made against the Twins a couple of years ago. Chad Green's on the mound. It was 14-12. It was at Target Field. It was one of those late night games. There might have been a rain delay or something, or maybe it was just all the scoring. But I remember it was like 1 o'clock in the morning, and I was just dog tired. This was before I started the podcast. And Chad Green was pitching, and maybe it was Jared Kelenic who was at the plate. He scorched one towards the left field gap, and I was wearing my hat, and I just picked it up and threw it to the ground because I thought it was going in the gap to clear the bases, and I was like, I just wasted my whole night. And then from out of nowhere, Aaron Hicks, like Superman, full extension to reel it in. But yes, I believe he is still available. Let's go ahead and walk through the standings for Major League Baseball right now. As we approach the 50-game mark, Yankees play their 50th game tonight. They are 30-19. They are 5 games up on the Blue Jays. Red Sox hanging in there at 500 at 26-26, 5.5 back. Rays 7 back. And the Orioles have been astonishingly bad. Look at that run differential. -99. What has happened to them? They were supposed to be one of the more exciting teams in baseball. What has happened to them? Tigers, 33-18. They are in first place. Somebody mentioned Trey Sweeney. We can take a look at him in a second. I haven't looked at his numbers in a while, but that's a good idea. You got Guardians 5 games back. Twins been hot as of late. They're 5 games back. And Royals 5 games back. Looks like you could have 2 or 3 playoff teams out of the Central again, which bodes well for the Yankees because they play well against the Central. And then the American League West. The Mariners in first place. Last year they got off to a good start, maybe the year before, and then they collapsed. I think it was last year. And the Astros hanging in there at 2.5 back. There's been some talk that the Astros could trade Framber Valdez. I'm not sure that they would trade him to the Yankees. So, we'll see if he gets moved. Phillies, 32-18. They lead the Mets in the NL East now by 2 games. Mets now have a worse record than the Yankees. Womp, womp, womp. Braves, 7.5 back. They got off to that horrible start. They've played pretty well since then. Nationals, 9 games back. They have a couple of players I think could get unloaded. Marlins, 19-29. I'm sure they'll trade you anybody who makes money. The National League Central, Cubs out in front by 10 games. Actually, they're up by 3 games, but they're 10 games over 500 at 30-20. Cardinals 3 games back. Reds, Brewers, and the Pirates way back at 17-34, 13.5 back. And then the Dodgers, hanging in there in the NL West at 31-19. You know what, guys? They only have a half-game lead on the Yankees. That's where the Dodgers are at. They've had so many pitching injuries. You know who's been fantastic, though? Yoshinobu Yamamoto. Go look at his numbers. He has been ridiculous. But, Roki Sasaki got hurt. Blake Snell got hurt. I think Tyler Glasnow has had some injury issues. I mean, this team is constantly getting hurt. Giants, 29-21. 2 games back. Padres, 3 games back. My dream scenario is the Dodgers miss the playoffs. That would be amazing. D-backs, 26-24, 5 games back. And then the Rockies are already 23 games back at 8-42. That is hard to fathom. Let's take a look at Trey Sweeney because he was somebody that I always liked as a prospect. I thought that he would be a good third baseman. The last I saw, the Tigers were playing him at shortstop still. So he is hitting .239 with a .303 on base percentage and a .649 OPS. Not that great. 4 home runs. Looks like the bat speed is good. Fielding not so great. His speed is good. He's got a long stride. He's 6'3", 212. But, I mean, he's got some serious pop. Take a look at one of his home runs here. That's what I love about this site is you can just click on a dot and turn it into a highlight. So here's against Luis Castillo. And this looks like a down and in pitch. Tigers off the board so far. Yep. And he golfs it. And see where it lands. Am I wearing that? Into the empty seats. Yeah. So Trey Sweeney, still trying to live up to his first round status, but, could be doing a lot worse. All right, ladies and gentlemen, I will see you after the game tonight. We're going to have Terrence Kem on. So go ahead and like, subscribe. And again, check out NYYdesigns.shop. You got Father's Day coming up. It'll make, great gifts. We got all sorts of fun designs. The ones that you're seeing on the right there where they're rotating is not all we have. We actually just added Carlos Rodon, so I want to show that real quick. This is a fun one for me. So we have it in both t-shirt and mug form, but I'm going to show you the mugs real quick. Let's just sort by new. So this is a great mug. I'm definitely going to get this for myself. I drink an unbelievable amount of coffee. So we got it in 11 ounce, 15 ounces, and 20 ounces. And it's that view from behind with the stare down, the beard visible, and the Carlos Rodon autograph. And this is a style that I'm going to start doing more with these guys. You can't sell stuff that has the Yankee logo on it, but you can do stuff, cartoons with like the number and the pinstripes and all that. So I'm going to be doing more of this type of stuff. Also, ladies and gentlemen, let's go Knicks tonight. Let's hear it. Hopefully they can even up their series. And ladies and gentlemen, we will see you after. Hey, while I've got you here, be sure to like the video and subscribe to the channel. Pinstripe Territory is the official Yankees podcast of the Foul Territory Network. We are home to the #1 most watched MLB postgame show on YouTube since 2021. We're here after every Yankees game and for reactions to all the best news and rumors during the offseason. Be a part of the show by calling into the voicemail 718-899-1068. Try to keep it clean for me. And if you ever miss us on YouTube, be sure and subscribe on all your favorite podcast platforms. Go ahead and rate us 5 stars. It'll help other people find the show. Thanks for watching. See ya.